Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. Today I am going to be talking about possible Joe Biden VP picks. Now, the top three are whom I think are the most likely candidates, and the numbers 4 to 8 are possible, and then 9 and 10 are nearly impossible, but worthy to talk about. So let's get into it. Now, Gretchen Whitmer, obviously, I'm sure most of you have seen the news reports that her and Joseph Biden have met up on August 2nd. What were they talking about? Probably, it was probably a vice presidential meeting. Gretchen Whitmer, obviously, a good pick from the Rust Belt. She is a woman. She is not of color, which is why I would not characterize it as a 9 or a 10, which, I don't know, I haven't told you guys already, but, I'm going to be ranking the percentage of, how likely they are by 10 being, I would bet $20 on it, 9 to, 5 being, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are a very good contender. I would bet money on it, but not that much. And then 4 to 0 would be not very likely, but take into consideration that they could be a worthy candidate. Now, -1 to -5 would be very unlikely. It's about as likely as finding a $20 bill on the street. And then -6 to -10 would be about the chances of finding a $100 bill in the streets. So let's get right into it. Governor Gretchen Whitmer, I would personally give her an 8.5 because of what I've said. Her and Joe Biden have met up, obviously, and it was very recently. It could be a last-minute contender for the VP pick, but who knows what they were talking about. That could have been Joe Biden congratulating her on getting the vice presidential spot. You'll never know. Now, Kamala Harris. Recently, I would have considered her a 9.5 or a 9. But lately, there have not been many talks about her and Joe Biden meeting up. Obviously, a couple weeks ago, there was spotting of Joe Biden carrying around a notepad, and on it said Kamala Harris, and then below it said stuff like "good to work with, hard worker, great person," blah blah blah. Which is why I would also give her an 8.5. Or no, I would give her an 8, just because there has not been much talk about her lately. But if she was not a woman of color, I would probably give her around a 6 or a 7. But yeah. Now, Susan Rice, obviously, very much talk about her lately, was part of the Obama administration, which means her and Biden work together quite a bit, and if she hasn't been fired, most likely it means that her and Obama and her and Biden probably got around really well, which is why I would give her a 7.5. Now, as you can see on the top ones, I would consider Gretchen Whitmer the most likely, but you never know. Within that 1-point margin, you never know what could be there. Now we're getting to 4 to 6 candidates that I think very well could happen. 4 to 8 candidates that very well could happen, but I would not bet that much money on it. Now, Karen Bass. Obviously, for a couple of days, there were some big talks about her, like, oh yeah, Karen Bass would be a great pick. And then they kind of died down. And she does not have that much name recognition. I had no idea who Karen Bass was until around a week ago, which is why I would give her a solid 3.5. I was thinking 4, then I was thinking 3, and I would give her a 3.5. Mostly because there has been a lot of talk about her, but nothing has come up lately, and very little name recognition. Now, Tammy Duckworth. I forget if she's like a governor or a senator or what, but I know that she is from Illinois and that she is a minority, um, which helps her out a lot, which does bump her points up. If she was not a minority, I would probably put her in the negatives. But she is a minority, which helps her out a lot. She works out with Biden really well. And I would give her a solid 3, especially since there have been quite a bit of talks with her lately that I've heard of. Now, Michelle Obama. Obviously, a candidate who a lot, and I mean a lot, of people really want to see. She has said that she has no interest of running, say, for president or for vice president. Doesn't necessarily mean that she never would. And I think if Joe Biden really wanted her to be on the ticket, he could convince her enough, which is why I would give her a solid 3 as well. Her saying that she doesn't want to run for public office, and her not having not that much experience, definitely bumps her down. But I would give her a decently good ranking, especially considering that I'm sure her and Biden spent a lot of time together since they lived together in the White House, or wherever the vice president lives. I don't think that they live in the White House now that I think about it. But I know that he works in the White House a lot, and I'm sure him and Michelle have talked quite a bit. Now let's move over to Val Demings. Also somebody who I had no idea who existed 1 or 2 months ago. All I know is that she is a congresswoman, I believe, from around the middle area of Florida, which is usually pretty Republican, which is why I think that it's significant that a woman of color that is a Democrat could win there, which is why I would give her a solid 2. Especially, there have been talks about her past actions as a public prosecutor, same thing with Kamala Harris, which is why I bumped her down a little bit. But I don't think Val Demings has too good of a chance, but she definitely has a chance. Now, Elizabeth Warren. There were a lot of talks of her being the VP pick earlier on, and obviously she has really good name recognition, and she would pull over a lot of the progressive vote. But a pick like Warren, I do not think would help with the conservative Democrat and conservative Republican vote. And by conservative Republican, I mean almost libertarian. And the libertarian vote. She would not help that much with that, which is why I would give her a solid 0.5. Which basically means that it's unlikely, but it definitely could happen. Now, Stacey Abrams and Hillary Clinton, the 2 colored red, which means negative. Stacey Abrams, I would give her a -5 because obviously she is in the VP running. She has not dropped out yet, which I honestly find quite surprising. But she is a woman of color that lost the Georgia Senate governor race. That if she did win that governor race, she would be a lot higher on this list. But, she didn't, and she does not have that good of a history of winning. Besides her, she was part of the Georgia Congress, which was one of the only public offices she has ever taken. So, I find it very unlikely for Stacey Abrams to be the VP pick, but you never know. Hillary Clinton. The person who if she was picked, Joe Biden would, his chances of losing would go up quite a bit. Sorry, I just had to take a drink. But, yeah. I would give her a -10. But, yeah. See you guys.